Hey there, welcome back to our channel. If you're watching today, we're diving into an intriguing topic: what happens when you stop chasing her? Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. It's a game changer. Now, let's face it. As men, we're often expected to take the lead, to prioritize her needs. But let me ask you this. How often does that leave you feeling empty or misunderstood? Here's the truth. It's not weakness. It's human. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step back. I get it. Some of you might be thinking, no, I can't. I love her too much to let her go, and believe me, I understand the tug of war in your heart. You care about her and you don't want to see her hurt. But here's where many men make a crucial mistake. They sacrifice their self-worth on the altar of love. Let me be clear, stepping back isn't about abandoning her. It's about evaluating the connection. It's about rediscovering your own value. When you stop chasing, you shift the dynamic and you give her a chance to reflect, to miss you, and to truly see what you bring to the table. Think of it this way. It's not neglect, it's a recalibration. It's an intentional pause to realign with your sense of purpose and worth. And the beauty of this approach: if she's the right person, she'll notice and she'll step up in ways you didn't expect. If this resonates with you and you want to learn the art of stepping back without losing yourself, let me know in the comments. I've got a detailed guide coming your way. Before we go further, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps bring content like this to others who need it now. Back to our conversation. When you stop chasing, you unlock a deeper dimension of connection. It's not just about how she reacts, it's about rediscovering your inner strength and clarity. Trust me, the right person will see that. And when they do, everything changes. Let's explore the psychology behind this video. 9 signs she wants you to stop ignoring her. Remember, backing off isn't giving up. It's giving you and her space to grow. Number 1. Going against the current creates the initial shock. Number 1. Going against the current creates the initial shock. Here's something fascinating about human interaction, especially in relationships. Men and women often approach attraction differently. Think about this for a moment. When a man is drawn to a woman, his thoughts are often straightforward. Wow, she's amazing. I want to spend time with her, get to know her, and eventually build something deeper. It's logical, step by step, A to B to C. But for women, attraction can be far more intricate, woven deeply into their emotions. And here's the key. If you want to keep her interested, you've got to connect with those emotions. Yet here's the catch. The obvious moves like constant texting, showering her with gifts, or always being available don't always work. In fact, especially early on, they can backfire. Why? Because they don't create the space for her curiosity and emotions to grow. Here's a surprising truth. Sometimes doing less creates more. It's natural to think that giving her all your attention will win her over, but often a little distance can be more powerful. You see, in today's world, women are surrounded by validation, likes, comments, and messages on social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok. Attention is everywhere. But when you're the one guy who isn't rushing to add to that noise, you stand out, you spark something different. Curiosity. Picture this. After a couple of dates, you keep your interactions intentional but minimal. You don't flood her with texts. Instead, you focus on meaningful conversations. When you're together, you give her your full attention in person. But between those moments, you step back. You let her wonder about you. Think about what's next. That gap creates a sense of mystery. And here's the magic: mystery often leads to attraction. She might start asking herself, why isn't he like the others? Why doesn't he chase me the same way? That curiosity stirs emotions and draws her closer. It's not about playing games, it's about being intentional. When a woman feels she's discovered something rare and different in you, that's when you truly captivate her. So if she starts saying things like, why don't you text more? Or you're so hard to read, know this: you're on the right track. These are signals that her emotions are engaged. It means she's thinking about you, wondering about you, and feeling the pull to understand you. More relationships aren't about tricks or strategies. They're about connection. But the art of connection lies in standing balance, being present without being overwhelming, creating moments of closeness while leaving room for intrigue. When you master this, you'll find that the right people are naturally drawn to you. And isn't that what we all want? To be seen, appreciated, and chosen, not for how much we give, but for who we truly are. Number 2. changing. Number 2. Signals in the feed. Decoding her social media moves. Decoding her social media moves. Women often use social media as a subtle way to get attention, especially when they feel ignored by someone important in their lives. She shared a photo of herself at a coffee shop you mentioned, captioned, "Just feeling good here, is this just a coincidence, or is there something more if you're aiming to reshape the dynamic?" Consider this: genuine connections require clear intentions, not vague gestures, instead of leaving her in a limbo of guesswork. Think about initiating a direct, meaningful conversation. Here's a suggestion. Next time you see her post, instead of overthinking or ignoring it, acknowledge it in a playful but sincere way. For instance, you could say that cafe looks amazing. I remember mentioning it. How was it? This keeps the interaction light yet meaningful, showing interest without overt committing. On the flip side, if you feel she's testing your reactions without clear intent, take a moment to reflect. Social media is a tool, not the full story. The key is to align your actions with your values. If clarity is what you seek, then show it in how you respond, because at the end of the day, relationships thrive on mutual effort, not hidden agendas. Number 5. Number 3. When she turns polite or distant. Turns polite or distant. When a woman feels ignored, she may switch from being overly polite to being distant to gauge your reaction. She was playful and engaging, but suddenly her messages seemed formal, almost mechanical. This shift can be a subtle cue, a test of sorts. She might be shielding her emotions, trying to see how you'll respond. It's human nature to crave acknowledgement. A lack of attention can make someone feel unimportant, even if unintentionally. So don't overthink or panic, be honest, and acknowledge the shift. A simple, heartfelt message can bridge the gap. Try something like, "I realize I've been a bit distant, and I hate that you're important to me, and I want to make more time for us. How about a coffee this weekend? My treat. You've been caught up with work deadlines, and she's been patiently waiting for your attention when cracks form like a shift in tone or distance. It's an opportunity to repair and strengthen the connection. When you take the time to understand her emotions and respond with care, you turn a potential conflict into a moment of growth. Number 4. Changing perspectives. A hit to self-esteem. Perspectives, a hit to self-esteem. You stopped pursuing. You chose not to flood her inbox with messages, not to revolve your world around her responses. At first she might be surprised, even confused, but here's where the magic happens over time. Many women come to see this behavior not as indifference but as strength. They respect a man who values his time, his dignity, and his mission. This isn't about playing games, it's about embodying confidence and independence. When a man steps back and says, "I won't chase someone who doesn't value me," he sends a profound message. It's a declaration: I am worth more, I am enough, and let me tell you, that's magnetic. Here's the real secret. As a man, your life should be full, overflowing. Even pursue your passions, immerse yourself in your work, and carve out time for hobbies and friends. Chase your dreams, not people. When you align with your purpose, you radiate a kind of energy that others can't ignore. Women especially are drawn to a man who's on fire for life. Think of it like this: scarcity breeds desperation, but abundance inspires attraction. The moment you step into this mindset, the game changes. You're no longer reaching out from a place of lack, but from a place of value, and trust me, that's when they start noticing. If a woman ever says you're not great at texting, don't take it as a critique. See it as a signal. It means she's invested enough to care. Remember, no one ends a relationship because of lackluster texting. If she pulls away, it's often because the spark was missing from the start, not because of your emoji. Game attraction is a two-way street. Women have their ways of drawing men in through elegance, femininity, and charm. Men too have their roles to play. This isn't about manipulation or trying too hard. It's about showing up as your most authentic, confident self. So the next time you feel tempted to overthink or over-pursue, take a step back, remind yourself of your worth. Focus on building the kind of life you're proud of. That's not just attractive, it's transformative, because in the end, the strongest connections aren't born out of pursuit. They're built on mutual respect and admiration. Let that be your shift in perspective. Embrace it, live it, and watch how the world responds. Number 5. The push-pull effect, a fascinating dance of attraction. Push-pull effect, a fascinating dance of attraction. The woman suddenly finds herself attracted to a man, not because he notices her, but because he stops pursuing her strange right. It's the classic case of, you don't know what you have until it's gone. She starts to miss his attention, perhaps even considers reaching out to him instead. Psychologists often refer to this phenomenon as the push-pull effect in relationships. Here's the twist: when you stop pushing your attention onto someone, you create space, a gap. It acts like a magnetic pull. By stepping back, you introduce an element of mystery, and suddenly she's leaning in, drawn to close the distance. Now think about this guy for a moment. Let's call him Alex. Alex was completely captivated by her charm. She casually mentioned, "You're not really great at texting." Huh? And what did Alex do? He overcorrected. Instead of stepping back and maintaining balance, he started texting her more between dates. He flooded her with attention, hoping to stay on her radar. The result predictable: her interest began to wane. Here's the thing. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding the delicate dance of attraction. As the poet Rumi once said, "Don't seek, let yourself be sought." The push-pull effect isn't manipulation, it's human nature. When we chase too hard, we risk tipping the scales. But when we step back, we allow curiosity, desire, and connection to breathe. Number 4, signals in the feed. Number 6, when she suddenly pays too much attention. 6. When she suddenly pays too much attention, have you noticed her suddenly going out of her way to catch your attention? Maybe she's doing things she's never done before, leaving sweet notes, dressing up, or asking about your day more than usual. Could it be her way of saying, "Please don't overlook me anymore"? This behavior often stems from a deep emotional need to feel valued and seen. Ask yourself, is she trying to connect with the real you, or a version of you she hopes to shape? Not all attention is equal. Sometimes people act out of love and care, while other times it might come from a place of insecurity or fear of loss. Understanding her intentions is crucial. Is she drawn to your growth and values, or is she merely reacting to avoid if you find her sincere? It is important to reflect that energy back. Even small gestures like surprising her with her favorite coffee or remembering tiny details she mentioned in passing can show you're paying attention. Communicate openly. Ask her directly what's been on your mind lately. Let her feel heard and understood. Set clear boundaries if needed. If the connection feels one-sided or forced, it's okay to address this respectfully. An example: imagine she plans a surprise dinner for you, going all out to make the evening special. Instead of simply thanking her, show your appreciation in return. Maybe you write her a heartfelt note or plan a day. She would enjoy these actions. Say, "I see you, I value you," as John Gottman, a renowned psychologist, emphasized a relationship is not just about finding the right person, but being the right person. Number 7, she shows up where you are. Up where you are when someone happens to show up at your favorite place or activity. It may not be a coincidence. She suddenly starts going to the gym or joining that book club. You mentioned she has a schedule similar to yours. Coincidence? Probably not when someone makes an effort to share your space. It often signals they want your attention. Psychologically, humans gravitate toward those they're interested in. When someone chooses to be near you, they're creating opportunities for interaction and potential bonding. Acknowledge her efforts with warmth, but keep things natural. Here's how: open the door with curiosity. A simple "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here. What brings you by?" shows interest without putting her on the spot. Make it comfortable. Share something personal. Like, "This has been my favorite spot for years. It's my little escape." This invites her to open up too. Ask thoughtful questions. "How are you liking this placey activity?" So far creates a conversation she's eager to engage in. Genuine interest often manifests in repeated effort, not one-off coincidences. Opportunities like these can be the start of something meaningful, or a moment to refine your boundaries. Handle the situation with empathy and authenticity, and you'll create an experience worth remembering. Number 8. She changed her look for you. 8. She changed her look for you. She walks into the room with a fresh haircut, wearing an outfit you've mentioned liking before she orders your favorite dish at dinner. Even though she rarely chooses it for herself lately, you've noticed she's around more often, going out of her way to engage with you. What's going on here? Women, like anyone, want to feel seen and appreciated, especially by someone they care about. When you stop noticing her efforts or the things that make her unique, she might try harder to grab your attention. But here's the catch. Are you truly paying attention? In relationships, small gestures of acknowledgement create a sense of connection. A compliment, like, wow, you look amazing with that new hairstyle, can mean the world to her. Show you care in return, plan a surprise outing, write her a note, or simply spend quality time together. Oprah Winfrey once said, "The greatest gift you can give someone is your full attention. If you feel like the spark is fading, maybe it's time to look up from your phone, listen more deeply, and notice the little things she's doing." Remember, relationships are built on mutual care. You don't have to move mountains, just notice. Because sometimes noticing is everything. Number 9. Acknowledge her efforts with love. 9. Acknowledge her efforts with love. Women often reach a point where subtle hints are no longer enough. She's expressing something deeper when she says, "I feel invisible," or "You don't notice what I do for you." These aren't just complaints, they're her heart's way of signaling. I need to feel seen, valued, and cherished. It's a profound truth. Women often reach a tipping point where subtle hints no longer suffice. Feeling appreciated isn't a luxury for her. It's a core emotional need. When your ignoring is met with love, cherish it. It's time to decide. Recognition costs nothing, but its value is priceless. A heartfelt, "I see you, I appreciate everything you do," can spark a shift not just in her mood but in your connection. Gratitude is the spark that rekindles love, the glue that mends unseen cracks. So pause, look her in the eyes, let her know her efforts don't disappear into the void when she feels appreciated. You don't just make her happy, you unlock a deeper level of trust and in intimacy. Conclusion: remember, recognizing the signs she wants you to stop ignoring her is just the first step. The real growth happens when you take action to address the situation with empathy and understanding. Relationships thrive on communication, effort, and mutual respect. Don't let silence or avoidance create unnecessary distance. Show her you value her presence by making her feel seen, heard, and appreciated. And if you want how to keep a woman interested, long-term secret will be continued for you in our next video. If you found this video helpful, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, The Stoic Goddess, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for more.